if you run an Apache Solr, you might be in trouble because they're installing cryptocurrency miners on them.
So hey John, looks like we have another crypto malware story to cover. This one having to do with something with Apache.
Yeah. So Apache Solr is a software package. You know, Apache has a whole bunch of suite of software packages. Solr is kind of like a search functionality that you can add to your website. And there was a bug that came out towards the end of last year. People didn't patch for it, not everybody did apparently, and there's an actor going around now leveraging that remote code execution exploit to install Monero-based cryptocurrency miner on those servers. So it's kind of interesting that we're seeing a lot more, instead of ransomware or just malware or other things like that, we're seeing lots of cryptocurrency mining as the trend lately of what gets deployed on compromised assets. The other upside to this for the bad guy is that servers usually have more horsepower. So they probably have a little bit better performance aspect in terms of cryptocurrency mining with these.
Mining with a server, clearly, you know, horsepower equates to more money, right? The faster the processor, the more you can mine coins for.
They estimate maybe that they could generate the equivalent of $226,000 in Monero. And I think Monero might be easier to mine than some of these other, like Bitcoin and whatnot, because it's a relatively new currency.
My understanding is that it's computationally at this point less expensive to mine Monero than like Bitcoin.
Okay.
Just the computation that you have to do is not as expensive. But yeah, this bug was first announced in October, and there have been exploits out since a week after the announcement. So obviously 1,400 of them, or 1,700 I think was another number I saw. There have been additional exploits since the first story came out. Folks need to be patching that immediately. The patch has been out for months.
Right, well, hopefully we can raise a little awareness to the problem through this. And but it does seem like, you know, 1,400, 1,700, not a lot of deployments of it when you look at an entire universe of software populations, but you know, for a single actor, that's pretty significant in terms of having some compute power all collected together.
Right.
So it might have slipped under the radar a little bit, because a lot of these bugs, when they come out, they're impacting millions of devices or something, or millions of WordPress sites are vulnerable.
Right.
You know, that gets a big splash in the headlines. But when it's, you know, a couple of thousand Apache Solr servers out there are vulnerable, not so much of a splash, so maybe people didn't notice. So obviously this bad actor did notice and is taking advantage of it. The cryptocurrency mining trend has been kind of going out of control lately. I think like every week we've been covering a story about some aspect of cryptocurrency mining or theft. So it's definitely here to stay.
Yes, this is on a server. Servers typically have a more stringent policy for deploying patches to, but you have to do it, right? I mean, you have to patch your servers. It's an easy fix for this thing. If you're patched, you're not vulnerable. You don't have to worry about it.